Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to another candle review. I hope you are having a great Sunday. If you missed it a little earlier today, I uploaded my thoughts on the Bath & Body Works Happy Easter Daffodil Daydreams fragrance. That review will be listed and linked in the description box right below this video. So if you're interested in checking that out after you watch this one, the information is in the description box. Also in the description box down below, I will put a link to where you can find this fragrance, which is the HomeWorx Powdered Sugared Crepe. I'll put a link to where you can find this at homeworx.shop. I do have an affiliate discount code that'll save you 15% off of your purchase of $40 or more. So my code is Melanie15, and that'll save you 15% off of $40 or more just at homeworx.shop. That obviously doesn't work at like other retailers that sell HomeWorx candles. So you can't use that at QVC or Ulta or any place like that. But if you want to, you can apply that at homeworx.shop. So this particular scent here was sent to me in PR, so I did not purchase this candle. Because I am an ambassador for HomeWorx, from time to time they do send us some candles here and there to be able to share our thoughts with you guys. This was one of the ones that I was actually hoping to be able to receive because I had just a little inkling that this was a repackage. And if you've been following me for a few months now, you know that like currently I am actually on a mission to whittle down specifically my HomeWorx candle collection because it just got kind of out of control over the years. And I still have a lot of the particular scent that I think this is a repackage of. So yeah, I'm not trying to necessarily bring in repackages into the house at this time until I have finished the, you know, originals of whatever that repackage may be. So I'm very appreciative to have received this one in PR. But now after burning it, I can definitely let you guys know that I think this is basically just another take on hot cider donut or sugared beignets. I feel like a lot of those like cinnamon sugar doughy kind of fragrances are a little bit interchangeable. And so I think it was very creative of HomeWorx to change this into a crepes fragrance. It still kind of does make sense. We'll read through the fragrance notes, but yeah, long story short, I do think that this is just I think it's just a repackage of hot cider donut or sugared beignets. There's subtle differences between those two, but they are essentially like, you know, if you're burning them side by side, they smell incredibly similar. But let's go ahead and entertain HomeWorx and read through the scent story and the fragrance notes. And then, you know, I'll just break down what hot cider donut smells like again. And then we'll talk strength and throw. I actually have a pretty decent experience with the strength and throw. So I don't know, maybe if you like the packaging of this one, I would say go for it. Warm vanilla crepe is slathered in melted butter with freshly ground cinnamon and powdered sugar, creating the perfect dish for any occasion. The fragrance notes here are warm vanilla crepe, freshly ground cinnamon, melted butter, and powdered sugar. The top notes are freshly ground cinnamon and melted butter. The mid notes are sweet clove and powdered sugar. The bottom notes are vanilla bean, tonka, and fluffy dough. All right, so what are we getting here, guys? We are definitely getting a healthy dose of a cinnamon sugar mixture. There is a doughy or cakey type of gourmand note to this for sure. I will say it kind of does smell a little bit like that fried dough note. Crepes are obviously not fried. They are just a very, very thin pancake. I love crepes. They're actually one of my favorite breakfast treats. I love me a good Belgian waffle, but I think that out of all of like the breakfast carbs, if you will, for me, more so than waffles, more so than pancakes, I love a crepe. I just think that that kind of chewy, slightly chewy texture that you get from a crepe. I usually like to also put either like a raspberry jam or like a lingonberry type jam in my crepes. Like that's kind of a missed opportunity, isn't it? Like he should have totally added like a fruit note to this and it would have been lovely and it would have made it a little bit different. I think it could have maybe put it into the like Kringle Reserve jelly donut kind of family. So I don't know, maybe that is still coming our way from HomeWorx. I have my fingers crossed because I love those types of scents. But this to me basically is that kind of doughy type note. There's a definite gourmand doughiness. And then there is the sprinkling of the cinnamon and the sugar. I wouldn't say that I really smell clove. I don't think that I get much butteriness from this either. It's definitely a richer gourmand type of scent, but it's not, you're not getting the richness from the butter. I think it's more of like that doughy, like fried dough type of note that I'm getting there. So all that being said, it's a lovely scent and it's actually performing quite well, but it is just a repackage. So if that's not what you're looking for, I would skip this one. But the strength and throw have actually been pretty decent for me. I would put the strength at just about a 7. I will say for most of the time that I've been burning this, with the exception of this burn here, because we're in a different location, I've had this in my kitchen in my Chester Hurricane, and the strength is easily a 7 within that Hurricane. I'm sure, you know, it probably is somewhere between a 6 and a 7 outside of the Hurricane, but I don't know, it's fine. It's a good solid medium performer, but it's probably not going to fill your entire house. I feel like it's been a while since we've had house fillers from HomeWorx, so that's not really the norm anymore. But that being said, I think the overall strength and throw of this is great for what it is. I'm smelling it throughout the kitchen and the entire back part of the house there. It starts to travel a little bit into the front entryway as well. So that's a pretty decent performer for me, especially with our higher ceilings here. Overall burn quality has been good. I will say these skinny wicks that HomeWorx is using this go around, they haven't done it out on me. I don't want to say that, but they just always make me nervous. I don't trim these wicks much between each burn. I snip off the very top, and I do limit my burns to between 3 to 4 hours with all HomeWorx candles. I think that is the best policy to follow when it comes to HomeWorx. With my Kringle candles, especially the like 2-wick tumblers, like their original jars, not the country candle jars, but those are ones that I can leave burning for like 7-8 hours and I never have any issues. But there's no way that I could leave a 4-wick HomeWorx candle burning that long. Not that, you know, I need a candle to necessarily go that many hours, but restrict the burn with the HomeWorx candles, especially with these kind of trickier wicks that they're using right now. They're quite thin, and I think that's what makes me nervous. That being said, I have not had one dead out on me, so I don't know. But that being said, I'm still gonna give this one 2 thumbs up because one, I have loved a hot cider donut from day one with HomeWorx candles. That was one of the first candles that I ever purchased back in, I think it was 2017 when it was first released on QVC. I still love it after all these years later. I have multiple backups of it in my little candle closet, and I'm gonna continue to enjoy it. And you know, maybe once I'm done with all of the hot cider donuts, maybe I'll just purchase the crepes. I mean, I do like the label. They look delicious. I would eat these crepes. I love me a crepe. But yeah, like whatever format or label you like best, I would say get that, but it's basically the same thing as the other 2 that I mentioned. So let me give you guys an overhead shot just so you can see these skinny wicks that I mentioned, and then we will call it a day. All right, sorry, struggling to get up behind the camera here. All right. So I did just light this right before filming this review, but it definitely gives you a good sense of the wicks. They want to lean, but they don't ever lean into the wax. Like it's really kind of weird, but they are quite thin, but they create a really decent wax pool. I will say yesterday when I was burning this, I had a solid like inch wax pool, and the strength and throw, like I said, are pretty decent. So I don't know, take it for what it's worth. I'm having a decent experience with this one. I do wish, however, that they were just a little bit stronger. I mean, this is one where I would say if I could have a strength and throw of like 9 out of 10, I'd be all over it. So, but it's not gonna be the case here. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on the powdered sugared crepe in the comments down below if you happen to pick this one up. Big thanks to HomeWorx for sending this one for consideration. And again, subscribe if you're new. You'll see the next video going up in probably a few hours. So anyway, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.